right? We recording live on Zoom and recording live on Instagram. No might, no power till we prosper, nor have the influence over us before thee, Almighty, omnipotent, life giver source. Right? Source is, was, and always shall be that love, that beautiful love, the love that was stamped through the essence of ourselves. As a matter of fact, what comes to my mind is another wonderful, beautiful motto. And that motto goes as such: being mindful of the breath, right? It works in tandem with that. Yeah, cool. Alive, cool. Right? All praise and gratitude due to the source of being able to be mindful and aware of that fact, right? So as we say, Bismi el Khalum, in all action, deeds, thoughts, and intentions by way of the source, by way of el Khalum, being the source, being el Ilu, the source, right? It says, O thee who is, O thee whom is, what thee is, who no one knows what thee is, except for by way of thee, who is, was, and always shall be, the source to our love. The love that was stamped into the essence of ourselves. That's that love. The source is, was, and always shall be, the source to our love that nurtures, that sustains, that prompts, that powers our love. That's being mindful of the breath. Yeah, cool. Alive, cool. El Khaloum, El Ilu, El Ali, right? That's the source. That's that power. That's that love. That's being mindful of the breath. That's what was stamped into the essence of ourselves, right? That was just a little sidebar for the way we have to acknowledge, giving all praise and gratitude due to the source. That's the way that we must go in and being mindful in that way, being in the highest regard to the source being that which is, was, and always shall be, the source to our love, right? We say it again. Thee whom is what thee is, who no one knows what thee is except for by way of thee, who is, was, and always shall be, the source to our love. The one responsible for nurturing, prompting, providing the power to our love, right? That is the source who is, was, and always shall be, all love, right? Just wanted to do that segue as we finish opening, right? Giving the prompt, no, giving the motto, right? So we're gonna finish the motto. Source is, was, and always shall be our love that was stamped to the essence of ourselves. That's what we're supposed to be mindful of, infusing, bringing up and out. Oh, the glory. I know y'all can't see me right now. Y'all know it's in your mind, track that infinite ink, okay? The glory, right? Being mindful of being able to share that love to all those around the globe, not necessarily just in your area, not just around your town, globally, right? Because we have the advanced technology, we have social media, we can do that globally. So there's no excuse in sharing our love, right? With all those around, infinitely, infinitely, so in a finite way, we share love, right? All praise and gratitude due to the source for being able to be mindful, cognitively aware for being able to share, cognitively aware in the importance of sharing that fact, that actual fact and the perpetual reality. The source is, was, and always shall be responsible for the love, all praise and gratitude due to thee, Almighty Source. Thank you, Source. Right? And at the same time, being mindful for the breath, being mindful of giving all praise and gratitude to the source, we must give the honors and respect, appreciation to the All Mother, All Father, right? The All Mother, All Father, t.e.a.m, t.e.a.m, Gaia, Gaia, that's nature, y'all. t.e.a.m, that's nature, y'all. t.e.a.m, Gaia, Gaia, t.e.a.m, that's nature, y'all. The All Mother, All Father, the one responsible for providing us with the bodies so that we may be able to be here in this day and time where heaven is becoming more apparent. The All Mother, All Father, the one who is always merciful and yielding to us, providing us the sustenance, allowing the clouds to part, right? So that Shimsa, so that the sun, Ra, can allow the rays to come through. Thank you, All Mother, All Father. We are so honored, so appreciative. We are so honored for being able to respect, give thanks, give thanks to you. We appreciate you. Thank you, All Mother, All Father. Right? And at the same time, y'all know, gotta give it up for those that came before us. But they are us, we are them. Right? Oh, I should have thought about putting the camera on so y'all can see. Y'all just looking at the picture being still. It's all good. I just don't want to have to do all that fumbling around with the device, with the phone device. So y'all just bear with, right, your man, so we can get through this. All right, so we can get into the assets, so we can get into where we get our assets from, where we attain our assets. We're gonna get into the juicy part. So y'all bear with, right? We got to give the honors and respect for all those that came before us. But they are us, we are them. If it wasn't for them, there would be no us. And if it wasn't for us, they would not be with us right now, vibing, chilling, in the place, in the space to be, right? In this place, in this day and time where heaven is becoming more important, it would be not possible. We would not be able to be here and be able to vibe in this session if it wasn't for them. So we got to give the honors and respect to all those that came before us, right? Ashe, Aye, Hotep, Odabo, Aye, Ashe, Hotep, Santerea, the Orisha, Shu, Gad, Nut. It's so many. Shout out to you, my mommy, right? My Abel, my aunt, and all the other, all, shout out to the father, right? We would be remiss if we did not, right? So we have to honor and respect, right? We have to forgive. So that's why, gotta shout out my father, the fathers, the mothers, the fathers, the great grandmothers, the great grandfathers. We gotta shout them out. Y'all shout out those that are close and dear to you, right? As we begin to go in on this, right? So as we stated earlier, we wanted to share this next vibing session to show you all where we attain our assets from, right? Greatly appreciate you all taking the time to vibe. Greatly appreciate you all taking the time, right? So we're going to share the screen. Right? One moment. That's fine. Wait a minute. How do we share the screen here? I should have had this better prepared. I got to take this down for a second. I don't know why. Oh, that's why. I had it blank. All right, there we go. Sharing it now. Let's go back to here. And why is this up here? Take this down. Don't need that. I'm already in, right? But hopefully you all can see the screen. I don't know what happened to, oh, wrong. This one? All right, so sharing, here it is. Now sharing the screen. Should be sharing the screen. All right. It's recorded. Okay, so I had to make sure that I'm sharing the screen so that Zoom could be recording this, right? Even though I know you all seen it on Instagram being shared, but I'm also recording live on Zoom. Y'all remember that, right? All right, so now, cool, we're sharing. All right, so I didn't, don't have to log in because we already logged in. So this is where we are attaining our assets. This is the G999. I mean, the G999 GS Partners Partnership website. Okay, this is the GS Partners. Okay, so maybe I'll also share the main.net, right? I should have just typed it in instead of trying to find it, right? No, that's not the right one. This is the gold standard lifestyles app, right? This is not the gold standard lifestyle thing. This is the GS, uh, our app for texting, video, and text, talk, and video app, right? So I don't need that. No, don't need the wallet right now. Wait a minute. Where? Oh, I'm so unorganized right now. My apologies, y'all. So I'm just gonna type it in. G999 MAI 999 main.net. Boom. Okay. So this is where you go if you want to read all about this ecosystem. G999, one blockchain, one ecosystem. This is where you go to read all about this project. Okay. The G999 main.net. One blockchain, one ecosystem. Okay. Peer-to-peer transactions. Okay. Being able to govern oneself responsibly, managing oneself as far as finances is concerned, and not having to have someone else say how much funds you can transfer. You went over your limit to transfer, and all of the other stipulations that comes with the outdated traditional way for doing your banking or financial needs. One blockchain, one ecosystem. G999 main.net. Okay, so now we're going to go back to GS Partners. Okay, GS Partners is where, prospectively speaking, I'm saying if you want to optimize, if you want to maximize your asset appreciation potential, it's best that you become a partner to the whole ecosystem. Right? It's best that you become a partner to the whole ecosystem so that you can attain your assets and that you can receive the most rewards and perks out of attaining your, whether you want to trade your certificate, right? Whether you want someone to trade your portfolio, well, not someone, but whether you want BD Swiss to trade your portfolio for you, or you want to trade your portfolio yourself. Well, when you partner with the ecosystem, you give yourself options. If you just only create your account and open up your account in Lydian World, right? You don't have, you limit your options. This is our own metaverse called Lydian World. Lydian World. Okay? But I don't want to jump over too much all over the place. I'm already jumping all over the place. But I want to go back to the GS Partners. GS Partners is where I'm getting my assets from. GS Partners is where I turn my physical cash into an appreciating asset, be that digital currency or metaverse certificates or non-fungible tokens. Okay? Partnering with the ecosystem allows you to be able to attain more than just digital currency assets. Becoming a GS partner and partnering with the whole ecosystem allows you to have options as to how you want to attain your assets, right? GS Partners is actually the marketing arm to the G999 main.net ecosystem. And I'm saying G999 main.net ecosystem because it's not just one division. It's not just the blockchain. This ecosystem has its own blockchain. It has its own marketing division. It has its own metaverse. It has its own global exchange. It has its own financial institution. G999 main.net, the solution for all your banking, right? Stacking your digital assets, stacking your fiat currency needs, right? It has its own pay card that is also able to be used as your debit and credit transactions, a MasterCard that is over here, GS, not GS, debit card, right? You click on that to get to the debit card, but I'm not going to talk about the debit card. I'm only talking about where I'm going to attain the assets, but I just wanted to make it clear to let you all know if you wanted to cash out, if you wanted to spend your assets, you can, because you can opt in to receive your MasterCard by way of the financial institution gold standard bank or gold standard blockchain bank, which is using another division for the pay card known as the gold standard lifestyles card or our debit card. Right? I know all I'm doing is piquing your interest. I'm saying different tidbits for those that are interested in wanting to attain assets. If you want details, if you want to go over in detail what is being said, then you have to just schedule with me a one-on-one, and then I can home in on one particular question that you may want to know about the ecosystem, right? But here, as a partner, by me collaborating with the G999 ecosystem, right? They're becoming a gold standard partner by becoming a member. Now, as a member, I'm able to attain non-fungible tokens. I'm able to attain citizenships in Lydian world. I'm able to attain, well, not just citizenships, but I didn't talk about the citizenships. So the metaverse certificates. But anyway, Lydian world, you can also become a citizen in the world. And we'll talk about the citizenship when we go to the metaverse. So I'm just going to stick to the mining certificate and the BD Swiss broker trading certificates. Okay. Here in GS Partners, by becoming a member, you're able to attain certificates for trading, right? So when people log in and create an account, you can just be a customer, but you don't have to become a member. But being a member, you have more perks. Yes, you can attain assets, but your asset attainment is limited because you're not a member, right? you would have to go into Lydian world to participate in what is available in Lydian world for trading, right? But it's limited because then you have to be a citizen in whatever country in Lydian world in order to be able to get mining certificate. I mean, in order to mine in Lydian world, the certificates, you have to be a partner. Right? So it's quite a bit to take in. However, the main thing is what's important is that you have options in putting your cash to work. You have options to allowing your cash to start appreciating on the global market instead of having it in the bank and it's being stagnant and it's just sitting there really depreciating in value, right? And and you can see that you have to use more of your cash by the inflation that's happening. Right? Inflation is happening because your cash is depreciating in value because it's sitting in the bank and the bank is using your cash in the global market to get profits and gains for the bank. But instead of you leaving your cash in the bank and letting the bank get all the profits, you can go and attain the assets yourself and let your assets now give you profits. Right? It would be so much better if I had people on here asking a question, but because now I'm all over the place. Now I'm noticing this. It's such a great tool to have, a platform that will allow you to attain assets. Taking your cash, transferring it into a digital asset allows you to attain mining certificates, gift certificates. Mining certificates, meta broker certificates. So I'm going to go in and actually show you the metaverse certificates. Right, this is a promotion that's going on. We'll take this down. Right, so here in Lydian, here in the GS partners, you're actually able to trade your cash for a mining certificate, right? But you can't have your cash in the platform as cash, right? It's all electronic cash. So that's why you have to create the account, because your bank is not going to do it for you, turn your cash into an asset. You have to turn your cash into an asset. So you would either have to have Cash App and turn your cash into Bitcoin, or have crypto.com app and turn your cash into one of the assets on crypto.com. However, it can't just be any asset. Right now, at the moment, GS Partners only allows you to turn, they're only accepting 3 different assets that you can attain your mining certificates or your metaverse certificates with. That's USDT, that's Bitcoin, and that's Ethereum, right? If you don't know what USDT, Ethereum, and Bitcoin is, then that's all the more reason to have a one-on-one, right? Schedule a one-on-one with your man, and we'll take the time and tell you what Ethereum, USDT, and Bitcoin is, right? We would take the time to show you what apps to download to your device that will allow you to gain access to turn in your cash, transferring your cash into a different wallet on crypto.com or on Cash App, right? Or on Coinbase, right? It just depends on which platform you would like to have an account in, right? So that you can transfer your cash into a digital asset. Or you can even have it even more simpler. create your account in GS Partners, right? Open up your debit card, right? Apply for, you can say, apply for your debit card, the GS Lifestyle card, and then you'll have direct access to being able to attain your assets through GS Lifestyle. Right? I just haven't gone through getting approved for my GS Lifestyle card yet. So I'm still using other platforms, other apps. I'm still using other mediums to exchange my cash into digital currency, like Coinbase, like crypto.com, like the Cash App, and a couple others, right? But the GS Lifestyle makes it that much more simpler if when you open up your account and you apply, right? You apply to receive a GS Lifestyle card. And then once you're approved to be able to receive a GS Lifestyles card, then you can decide which card you want to have, right? Because there's different ways you want the floss, right? It's not just plastic. There's other than plastic that you can get as a debit pay card. There's steel, there's gold plated, So, but anyway, we're not going to talk about the debit cards. But it's simpler to turn your cash into digital asset by way of GS Lifestyle card, right? And when you open up your account as a GS partner, you're then given the option to receive the pay card. You just have to apply. You just have to be cleared. See, they have to know who you are. So that's when what they call KYC, knowing your credentials, knowing your customer. They have to know your customer. They have to know who we are as customers wanting to participate in their ecosystem. So that's when you have to put your information in, and then once they know who you are, then you can be approved to receive their card. And the card has a lot of perks. I'm going to upload my information to be approved. I'm just taking my time to be approved. And I'm not really worrying about being so much, really, it's not like a dire need because I have so many other options to changing my cash into a digital asset because I have crypto.com, I have Cash App, I have all these other platforms that I'm able to change my cash into a digital asset. However, no, not gonna talk about that no more. I just wanted to show these metaverse certificates that you can attain. Metaverse certificates like the Proxima Centauri, they name planets after the different certificates. And once you attain the certificate, then you have a certain amount that you can put into that certificate that you want BD Swiss, which is the collaborating partnership broker for our metaverse that trades our currency, right, for us. Okay? So, but you're able to put up to 500 in a 49 USDT certificate. You're able to put up to 2,000 USDT in a 149 certificate, right? So, and as you go up in certificate price, so does the amount of what you can load to be traded on the market, the amount, right? And each one of those has a certain amount of time that you're receiving currency rewards back for putting your assets to work on the global market. Right? And as a partner, there's also other perks that you receive because now you're being rewarded for marketing, sharing, talking to people, telling people what this platform, what this ecosystem, what options that they are allowing us to have for our cash in the global market, right? well, your cash is no longer cash. It's now an appreciated. It's actually now a digital asset, and now the digital asset is on the global market appreciating, right? Going, of course, fluctuating up and down, but it's you know going up more often than it is going down, right? So as an appreciating asset, as your asset is being traded on the market by either BD Swiss or in Lydian World, your rewarded currency because now your assets is being used to help transfer currency back and forth in the G99 ecosystem, right? It's all about being rewarded for your the value of what you put into the certificates, the values that you put into the ecosystem. You're rewarded for, you're rewarded more currency in return for the G99 ecosystem utilizing your assets. And then once it's finished, you get the assets back, right? Instead of just having it sit in the bank waiting for you to use it. Now it's being used in the global market and you're getting currency rewards while your assets are being traded, used in the G99 ecosystem, right? So I'm only sharing this to pique your interest. So now we'll go over to Lydian World, right? Lydian World, as I said, this is the metaverse in our G99 ecosystem. And our metaverse is called Lydian World. So in Lydian World, you can become a citizen in all the countries. So we're gonna log in. So I gotta turn the camera around. And I'm gonna stop sharing the screen as well. Let me see if I can move the phone over. So while we log in, right? And we stop sharing the screen. We're gonna stop screen sharing for a moment and log in. Logging in here. All right, so we can turn the camera back around. Sharing the screen again, right? Put this number in here. Got to get the authentication code. All right. So now we'll start sharing this back on Zoom again. Sharing the screen again. I can pull it back up. Screen. Matter of fact, I hopefully if this is coming through good. Now the sound should be coming through good because I put the sound on. Anyway, so now in Lydian World. So Lydian World, where they changed the physical world into digital, a virtual reality in digital, a virtual reality, right? So now in Lydian World, you're able to be they gamified real life. So in Lydian World, as a citizen in the country, of your choosing. And you could be a citizen throughout the whole world or just a citizen in one country, right? But limiting yourself to only one citizenship, only one country, you're limiting the amount of uh, places that you can mine. You're, you're, you're limiting the amount of places that you can mine in the world, right? There's also a mining game inside the living world to be played, to where you can mine to get your citizenships, right? You can mine to get your citizenships. And I got a couple games going on, right? I'm mining for a couple countries right now, right? And right, so I don't want this. Wait a minute. I don't want that. I want stake. So you can mine, you can stake your Lydian status. I don't have any Lydian status staking, right? But you can stake your assets, right? You can become a citizen in this world, in this game, right? Um, oh, the certificates, that's what it was that I wanted to show. So the certificates, when you fill your certificate, you can then have it mining for you in the world, and you'll receive a certain amount of assets in return, right? You'll receive a certain amount of assets in return for the mining in the world, right? And then your trading certificates. I don't have any trading certificates right now because I haven't activated them, because it's a strategy in receiving currency. It's a game to receive currency, and you have to strategize to maximize the amount of currency return that you want to receive, right? And right now, I'm gonna show my accounts is all low. They're all low right now. Like, but the game, once I start mining, all these is just going to start going up, and I'm going to start receiving more currency in return for my assets going to work in Lydian world. My assets being traded with BD Swiss by way of the certificates. But right now, there's no rewards really, because my certificates, right? My Lydian world certificates they're not mining yet. And the trading, I don't have any, I don't have the funds. Wait a minute, wait a second. I don't have the funds in there for them to trade yet, right? As a matter of fact, the trading is supposed to begin on the 1st. So I'm going to really start homing in on filling my certificates as opposed to attaining, as opposed to getting my certificate. But if you all see, right, it tells you the amount of days before these start to start mining in the country, right? I've already put them in country. So, and then the other certificates that I have, right, over here in the partners, instead of me just holding on to my certificates, right, I got to start, you know, um, it's to pop up. There's going to be a live update happening soon, right? Um, Gotta get to the ones that I probably gotta go to the history. Yeah, gotta go to the history. Okay, so I gotta go to the history on my dashboard, and I get to that history. exchange, all the exchanges, all of the different exchanges that you exchange in your back office will be under exchanges, right? You know, it'd be, you have to go on financial, and then you have to look at your exchange history. And when you look at your exchange history, you'll see all the exchanges that you've done for your certificates. But anyway, you know, a lot of them, you know, well, I got them, I got the certificates, but I haven't activated them. I haven't activated my certificates. I gotta, I want to go to where my certificates are waiting for me to activate them. So I forget how to get to my certificates right now. That's terrible. Now y'all know, y'all can see I'm not used to sharing on live. But so anyway, I'm not gonna get to my certificates. It's just that, so the certificates, you get them, you hold them until you're ready for them to start trading, right? You fill your certificates, you don't activate your certificates until you're ready for them to start trading. Once you're ready for them to start trading, then you know, once you know that you're ready to fill them, on the day that you fill them, then send them over to Lydian World, right? And so not until you're ready, until you know you're ready, you don't send them over to Lydian World. Okay, here. Lydian World, I think this is where I go to see all the rest of them. No, it's not going to show all of my certificates. Anyway, so I can't remember how to get to the rest of my certificates right now. So, but I just wanted to make this clear, is that this is the best platform to attain assets in. Right? So I'm gonna have to really train myself and gain, you know, get into my certificates better, right? Instead of just getting the certificates, right? I mean, because it's easy to get to them once you get a certificate, right? Because it shows you all the certificates that you have once you first exchange them. But right now, I'm not seeing where they are. It's slipping my mind right now. I'm already here. The metaverse certificates is already here. I go to, I don't want to activate it. Get a position. Don't want to do that. So, but I know I have them over here in my back office. Okay. And once you purchase them, you're supposed to be able to see all of what you purchased in the history. Okay? But I can see all of what I purchased, but it's not going to want to. All right, well, so I'm going to do better I'm going to do better at, at sharing the next time. But anyway, this has been and plus I've been out here working today. My mind is, you know, kind of sleepy, kind of tired. And but I said I was going to do this live, and I did this live. But this was not the best presentation by far. This was my worst presentation because I'm not able to show you all the certificates that I've received thus far. And global certificates. No, that's not it. My team certificates. No. Discover all metaverse certificates. And I go there, will it show the rest of them when I go back? There they are. Okay, so now I'm okay. So in order to get to, click on, y'all saw how I just did that, right? Click on all certificates. Then you scroll down. Once you get to, you scroll down past all the certificates, right? You know, and the beautiful thing is there's not, they're just not real low certificates. They're not making it, they're not making it so that you can really, stack, receive a bunch of rewards. You know, they're not putting limits on the amount. The only limit you'll have is the amount of currency that you want to exchange and have them trading for you, right? It's the, there's no limit. Only the limit that you will put on yourself to say, well, do I want them to trade $400? Do I want to attain the $400 certificate? And do I want them to only give me, you know, uh, the amount of just $10,000 to load, right? $10,000 to, you can only fill this 400 certificate with $10,000, right? And but okay, so as partners, you receive legacy points, you'll receive Lydian Lions. And matter of fact, okay, by the way, the Lydian Lions is what you need to become a citizen in Lydian world. And when you get your certificates, because that's the way you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get your certificate. After you get your certificate, become a citizen. And when you get your certificate, you spent the funds to attain your certificate. And now you can also use those same rewards that you receive for getting a certificate. Now you can become a citizen in the world because they give you 399 Lydian Lions. The Lydian Lions is what you need to become a citizen in Lydian world, right? You have 399 Lydian Lions, so you can become a citizen in a couple countries in Lydian world. And now, because you need to be a citizen in one of the countries in order for your certificate to now mine in the world. And keeping in mind, there's two aspects to the certificate. You got one side of this one certificate can mine in Lydian world. Then there's another side of this same certificate that allows BD Swiss, the meta broker, to trade your currency for you. Okay? So, and then, there's another perk if you have some XLTs, like if you decide to start, attaining XLTs, that's another asset in the ecosystem. That this XLT is worth $15 that you can load your certificate, right? But you didn't spend $15 to get one XLT, but in the ecosystem, it's worth $15, right? And then you can fill your certificate and you'll get rewarded every 45 days for your cash, for your currency being in the certificate, being traded by BD Swiss, and you'll get currency rewards from it being mining in Lydian world. So you'll get rewarded currency on both sides of this metaverse that's called Lydian world. You'll get rewarded double for one certificate because the meta broker will be trading, and Lydian world will also be rewarding you currency because you're a citizen in that world, right? It's about being a citizen in the Lydian world, and it's about allowing BD Swiss, the meta broker, to trade for you. And you're rewarded currency, more currency for it traded. It's just whether or not you can allow yourself to purchase a certificate, allow that asset to go to work for you by purchasing the certificate. It's just that simple. Purchase a certificate, now your assets are now going to go to work. You change your cash into an asset, right? Instead of holding on to that asset in your wallet, in your digital wallet, instead of just holding on to it, you trade it into a metaverse certificate. And now this metaverse certificate is being is going to work for you in Lydian World and in the and being traded on the global market with BD Swiss, right? And as I said, there's different certificates, right? And this was just a live to just pique your interest, right? I do better with people asking a question about something, and I do better with sharing motivational words to encourage people to attain assets, right? I'm not really good with just lecturing or telling people what they should do, right? And because that's not right. It's not fair for me to tell you what you should do with your own currency, with your own, as adults, we're supposed to be mindful and aware about what we're supposed to do with our cash, on whether or not we want to be receiving more currency, right? Whether or not we want to have more cash flow. So I'm only great at encouraging people, motivating people, telling them, look, pay yourself first. Look, you are the asset, attain assets. Right? I'm good for one-on-one with people asking me a question. Well, what's the best way that I should optimize what's the best way that I can leverage myself in this ecosystem? Right? That I can home in on something particular. But just getting on here, sharing the ecosystem, telling you about what G99, what the GS partners, what Lydian World has to offer, just telling you, well, you can see it all day until you decide to ask a question. I'm just telling you my opinion about what Lydian World, what GS partners, what the G99 ecosystem has to offer, and how and the way, in my opinion, it has the most options, the best options to choose from what you want to do with your assets. You know, it has the most options to choose from how you want to put your assets to work in the global market, right? If you don't ask a question, I can't home in to give you a particular answer and share with you what I'm doing to leverage myself in this ecosystem. Because it's better to share with people what you are doing instead of instead of trying to sell them on something. I'm sharing and telling you what I'm doing to leverage myself in the G99 ecosystem. And I'm participating in all the different aspects, all the different mechanisms that the G99 has to offer, the G99 ecosystem has to offer. And what it has to offer, it allows you to partner with the G99 ecosystem by way of the GS partners. When you partner with GS partners, every account that someone opens from you inviting them into the ecosystem, you are rewarded currency because you shared your invitation. You're going to be receiving compensation, right? Commission on what someone is doing with their account, right? As the people that you invite in attains assets, the ecosystem rewards you more currency, right? And all you have to do is share with them what you are doing. Right? Let them see, because that's all I'm gonna do is let you all see my account and how I'm being rewarded. Currency. Right? It's not growing. My accounts is not that much now, but as the rewards come in, in both the GS partners and the Lydian world, right? As the assets go to work in the global market, the accounts is just going to keep on increasing, right? And it's a ecosystem like no other, right? It's about being rewarded currency for what you do and being rewarded currency for sharing with people what you are doing. Okay? It's group economics. It's group economics at its best. Okay? To do what you are already doing, like spending your cash or putting cash aside to save. Okay? Instead of it just only sitting in a bank and the bank using the old way, the outdated way of the bank getting all the profits. Now you can put your assets to work in the global market and you're receiving profits along with the G99 ecosystem receiving profits. When you spending your cash, when you're using the pay card to as a debit or credit card, every time the card is swiped, there's currency reward because you are partnered. And as a partner using your pay card, you get commission for every card swipe. And as the people that you invite in, they start swiping their card, you get commission from every card swipe. Okay? So this G99 ecosystem is an ecosystem that rewards people for being active in attaining assets. It rewards people for paying and being paid in an alternative way. Okay? It rewards people for being financially independent and receiving literacy about their finances, right? Literacy in a alternative way that allows you to maximize and receive as much currency rewards on your cash as possible. Okay? The G99 ecosystem. So looking forward to you all asking questions that I can answer instead of me going live and just showing what I'm doing. Okay? I think I'm better at sharing motivational words to encourage people as opposed to going live and doing a presentation about the ecosystem. However, I'm really feeling in my heart that I'm going to get better at sharing what this ecosystem has to offer, right? I'm going to get better at presenting the G99 ecosystem, the Lydian world, and this Lydian world as our own metaverse to receive currency in return for being a citizen in that country. I'm going to get better at that. Sharing what I'm doing for building a portfolio, for building wealth, right? So with that being said, forward thinking, going to start Google people. That's my time. Greatly appreciate you all taking the time to watching this whole recording. It was bumpy at the beginning, right? It still is a little choppy even towards the end. However, as I'm saying, I'm going to get better at this sharing, presenting to you, giving yourself access to attaining assets. It's giving yourself options to receiving multiple streams of currency coming to your pocket, right? Participate in the G99 in this G99 ecosystem allows you to participate in global group economics. Right? So yes, again, with that being said, greatly appreciate you all taking the time. We're gonna stop the share, right? Stop sharing the screen on Zoom, and we're gonna stop the live recording.